So how do I download WordPress? Now I think the question you probably want to answer the most is how do I install WordPress? Well, there's a lot to it. It used to be a lot more. Now it's gotten a little easier. The first confusion is there's WordPress.org and there's WordPress.com. Alright, so the WordPress.com is a way to get WordPress up and running without having to worry about installing it, and you have a site but you don't have as much flexibility. So you can join up, it's free, you can have a pretty decent website, but I recommend against it. I recommend taking the extra few steps, and you're going to have to get your hands dirty a little bit, but going to WordPress.org. And once you're at WordPress.org, then you gotta go over to here, this blue button, or this blue button, and you click to download, and you might have to click twice, and then it downloads into your downloads folder. And then what you gotta do is you gotta find that folder, which is probably in your downloads folder, and here is WordPress right here. So WordPress is here, and if you double click on it, it comes down as a zip file, and if you double click, it extracts it. So this is basically how you download WordPress. Really simple, but now to install it, there's a bunch more steps. The first thing is you could call this whatever you want. I'm just going to grab this and drag it to my desktop, so then if I go here to WordPress, I want to rename it to a site, rename, let's rename it. I'll just go here and you can call it whatever you want, and this will be my site, and then that's your WordPress. Okay, so essentially you've downloaded it, you've extracted it, and you got these folders on your computer. Somehow what you got to do is take these folders and transfer them to your host, and use that using an FTP program. Dreamweaver is a common software out there that it has it built in. I use something called Transmit, and essentially what that does is we open up Transmit, and you see all of your, over here will be your remote sites that you're trying to connect to, and then over here on the left will be the files locally. So you've got to take the local files and somehow send that to your server, and that will be a lesson for another day. The third part to a WordPress site is you also have to set a database up, because WordPress works on a database, and the database it works on is MySQL. So that your host usually has a MySQL database, and you just got to follow the steps to somehow transfer all the files to the host and then connect to a database, and then those three pieces are what's going to give you WordPress. Now, it sounds complicated, and I remember the first time that I did it, it was complicated, but after you do it a couple times, it becomes second nature. I think that's a lot why they have the WordPress.com site, is because a lot of people don't want to do all that stuff, or they don't want to pay someone to do it. So they end up using WordPress.com, which is cool, but it's very limited. It's not flexible. So if you want flexibility, the second option, the one I just talked about today, is your best option. So that is how to download WordPress, and plus I talked a lot about what WordPress is and how you're going to get it to be the program, the CMS that your site's going to use. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.